Hey, know-it-alls! Welcome back to another episode of the Answers for Everything podcast. Once again, we thank you for spending some of your free time with us. Don't forget to like and share on our socials, and if you have any questions that you want us to answer, just reach out on Instagram at AFE_podcast. That's A as in Apple, F as in Frank, E as in Edward, then the underscore symbol, then the word podcast. So pour yourself a stiff drink and enjoy the show.
Mr. Clay.
Mr. Josh?
Sure.
Sure. So other than working a crap load and getting lots of overtime, what's your week been like?
Just lots of exercise, lots of caloric restriction, and
Really?
yeah.
What have you restricted yourself from?
So basically, I don't eat anything until 5 p.m. I don't know, tell me if I'm crazy here, but this is what I'm doing. I don't eat anything until 5, and then I have like a 3-hour eating window where I usually have about one meal, and then maybe some, which is like chicken, broccoli, rice.
Yeah.
And then I'll follow that up with like some brown sugar oatmeal for dessert. And then I don't eat again until 5 p.m. the next day.
And what did you do before you started doing this? What was your eating regimen like?
I would just eat all day long.
You would just seriously just eat all day? Just eat.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd have breakfast and then I'd have lunch and then I'd have dinner.
What was your breakfast usually? Probably not that brown sugar oatmeal.
Definitely not brown sugar oatmeal. It was like bacon, eggs, stuff like that, which is fine. That's
Yeah.
delicious. But this has been working very well to peel off the pounds.
So weight has been going down when you changed your eating habits to a 3-hour window every day, and that's it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's healthy. Also been exercising vigorously. Not just jerking off. I actually have an exercise bike.
Oh shit. My right arm is like super, super toned. My left arm is getting there. But other than that,
Just baby arm.
right. Yeah. Other than that, there's not really a lot of tonal workouts going on any body part because my wiener's just there when my hands are touching. It's not performing. It's not lifting anything. It's not doing anything. It's not like I'm jelqing on a daily basis.
It's subject to gravity, and that's about it.
That's about it. But yeah, so do you think maybe your eating habits are what's peeling off the pounds, or do you think the combination of like working out and eating habits, or do you think it's mainly just the working out?
I think it's threefold. I think the fact that I quit drinking after New Year's, no alcohol, and then the diet, and then the caloric restriction with the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
And it's all working, coming together to culminate. And I feel good. So I'm
What's
going to
your
listen to my body.
Yeah, well, that's a smart thing to do. That's what my doctor always said. Like he's like, you're good when you come in here. Like you don't need to come in as often as you do. And I only see him like once a year, right?
You are
So
so lucky to have a doctor because I can't get one.
my doctor just left to go do nothing but baby births. So
Oh,
now he's
no.
strictly in the hospital. He's no longer my family doctor. So
Ouch.
yeah, and he was like one of the best in town from what we heard. We just got him by chance. He just happened to be there to deliver my first baby, and at that point he became our family doctor. Just like that's how that worked. And
Interesting.
yeah, his wife is still a doctor, so I saw her in like October or whatever because I went in to talk to them about getting a family doctor because
Yeah.
that's a nice thing to have. And she's like, "Well, I'm not taking any new patients, but we're gonna have a bunch of new ones here in February." So you haven't done any like requisition forms for like urine or blood work in like 5 years. So we're going to send you for all
Yeah.
that. And once the results come in, it will be assigned to a doctor in this office, and that will be your new family doctor.
Oh, wow. I wish it was so easy for me here in British Columbia.
Hmm. But then I forgot about the requisition form in my room and I was cleaning up and I found it. I was like,
Uh-oh.
holy fuck, I was supposed to go do this like 2 months ago. So I didn't get it done until February. So maybe I'll get a family doctor. Who knows? I don't know how it works
I
in that world.
I think you will.
Yeah. But yeah, my doctor always just said, like, you worry too much. You don't need to be in here as much as you are. It's like once a year, bro. I don't come here very often.
I'm like every 20 years, so
Yeah. So he's like, no, you're good. Like your body will tell you when you're not good.
totally.
And he goes, you listen to your body. Like you come in here when you think something is wrong, but then we look at it and there's nothing wrong. But
What do you think's going on? You're like, my ass is bleeding, and
well, I've never got in there for asshole bleeding because it's never really happened. It hasn't really been a thing. It's just the way I describe when I drink coffee or when I don't know what Splenda will make.
Taco Bell.
Well, yeah, but that's a good bleed, right? That's a normal bleed. That's supposed to happen after you eat Taco Bell,
Dude, I would be disappointed if it didn't.
right? That's the only reason I go to Taco Bell so I can talk about my bloody shits later. Oh, did you ever work with I'm gonna say his name here, but I'm gonna beep it out. But did you ever work with
I did, but just for the briefest of times.
Okay.
I was a sexy man.
Oh yeah, he's a beast of a man. He's a Jason Momoa style man, right?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
lost in his eyes there for a few minutes
Oh,
when I met him.
absolutely. And
Long, luscious hair.
he is quite a wonderful man. He used to come out of the bathroom all the time talking about his asshole bleeding, and we would all just look at him like, "Are you serious? Are you joking? We can't tell." He's like, "No, I got massive hemorrhoids, and every time I wipe, there's so much fucking blood. It's disgusting."
Oh,
So we used to call him the bum cancer guy.
oh, that's a weird name. I would have called him the ass bleeder.
Well, I mean, bum cancer, bleeding asshole, it's almost related. Yeah, I was always pondered what it would be like to constantly be wiping blood off of your ass and
Have
why
you never had a hemorrhoid?
well, I think I had one. I bought Preparation H once because I had something that felt like when I wiped my butt, it felt like I had like ripped something.
Yeah, like
And
an
then
anal fissure, probably. That's what
yeah,
that
I would,
was.
and I want to check it out. I don't want somebody else to check it out. So I'm down there with like my fingers trying to feel around. There's like, okay, that shouldn't be there. That's like a bump. That's not right at all. And I went and bought Preparation H. I put it on, and the next day there was nothing.
Oh, wow, that's great.
So Wolverine healing powers strike me once again.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I had a hemorrhoid once,
And
and this was probably in 2007. It's a
okay.
long time ago. I was pretty young to have one of those. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? It was like inside my fucking ass,
Yeah.
like inside my asshole. And I was like, trying to take a shit around that thing was fucking indescribably terrible.
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor because I was like, I don't know what this is. I was
Yeah.
scared. And he's like, climb up on the table
Oh,
and
little boy.
roll up in a curdle or the curl up in the fetal position. I'm like, okay. And then he played around with it for a bit and he's like, yeah, that's just a hemorrhoid, man.
So then your doctor's like, you don't need to come here as much as you do, Josh. There's nothing wrong.
And I remember asking him, like, is it okay if I get drunk tonight? And he's like, I don't care what you do, man. I'm like, it's not going to affect the hemorrhoid? He's like, no.
Speaking of
Yeah.
getting drunk, because you said earlier that you gave up alcohol from New Year's Eve till now.
Yeah.
If you had not given up alcohol, what do you think from then till now would have been your alcohol consumption? Let's talk about drinks. How many drinks do you think you would have had from then till now?
Well, how many weekends between then? Probably 10 weekends?
Well, there's
No,
four
12
four a
weekends.
month, right? And we're in the fourth month almost.
What's 12
So,
times 12
you-
times 12? 144, I think I'd be about at.
huh, that's pretty fucking hardcore.
Is it? It's
I,
not.
well, I don't know. I don't drink. So to me, that's a lot. Like I've got a liquor cabinet, and like you saw, I rarely drink.
Yeah.
I'll do a drink when maybe if we record or 2 nights a week, I'll pour myself a drink, and then I just stop at that. I don't have multiple drinks. But yeah, I don't drink on weekends. I mean, I don't get them off. I work all the
I,
fucking time. So,
I was an every other Friday guy, and I
hmm.
would drink.
And it's not something you need. It's something you liked.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Well, then that's easy
definitely.
enough to like cold turkey it, right?
No, it wasn't hard at all.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something you need, your body's gonna tell you otherwise.
Exactly. Listen to your body, folks.
Yeah. So what kind of weight have you ripped off your body in the last, would you say, 3 weeks?
Probably about 15 pounds.
And you feel good?
I feel fantastic.
Have you talked to anybody about the intermittent fasting window of 3 hours a day? Like anything? I'm not a health person. I don't go to the gym. I don't pay attention to any sort of health stuff. So I have no idea if that's right or wrong.
I don't know either. And I didn't ask anyone. I just was like, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it.
Hmm. Interesting. You didn't find it online. You just woke up
Nope,
and decided?
just decided.
Nice.
Because I lost a lot of weight last year, and what I did was I wouldn't eat until after 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So this time I was like, you know what? I'm gonna tweak that a little bit. It's working better.
There's sometimes I'm late for work in the morning, so I don't eat breakfast, and then I'm busy at work, so I don't eat lunch, and then I get home at like 6, and it's like, oh, time to eat dinner. And I felt like I was starving for hours, and then once I sit down to eat, I was like, huh, normal
Not
meal.
hungry.
Like normal meal, right? I'm not going to eat like I hadn't eaten 3 meals. I just ate a normal meal.
Yeah,
And it happens. So I know that there's days I can go without eating like you till 5 o'clock. Easy
yeah,
peasy.
easy.
As
And
long
you're
as I'm
working all day too, right?
as long as I'm doing something. If I'm sitting around the house, different story.
Totally.
Like I'll grab I have a treasure trove of international snacks and stuff that I find, and it just sits in a cooler in my laundry room, and I'll just go through it and pull out Kit Kats and Cheetos and shit from Africa and shit from Australia. And yeah, I really wish I could get rid of all of it so I wouldn't do that anymore.
Well, another thing I'd like to mention is that I do have cheat days because without those delicious cheat days, you're going to fail. If anyone is going into this thinking that they're never going to have a time where they go and have the things they enjoy, you're
Yeah.
just setting yourself up for failure, in my opinion.
Or self-hatred, just loathing.
That with that too, and I
Um,
mean
I
some of that is involved, but
I don't want to hate myself. I want to be happy all the time, and food makes me super happy. But
exercise makes me happy.
exercise does not make me happy. But I suppose if I started doing it, then it might make me happy.
Yeah, you feel the buzz from it.
Yeah. Hmm. Very
Yeah.
interesting. Like I told you before, I'm a navel orange guy. When I want to lose weight, I'll eat nothing but navel oranges for
Oh,
weeks. Then I'll lose up to 20 pounds in a week just
it's
by
pure
not.
sugar.
Yeah, but it's just navel orange, water, navel orange. And yeah, I don't feel hungry. I don't feel gross.
Huh.
I'm getting a fuck ton of vitamin C.
Well,
I don't know
that's
if
for
it,
sure, but zero protein, which is terrible.
yeah, but yeah, that's just what I'll do. Sometimes I'll have a salad with chicken at work, but
Yeah.
it's tough because it's got dressing that is not good for you, like thick, chunky, milky, buttery shit.
Stick with the vinaigrettes.
Yeah, just doesn't taste as good. You're like, oh my God. At least the oranges taste really good. Like,
That's true. Throw some oranges on top of the chicken salad and win-win.
yeah, I like sweet mustard dip or dressing with like fruit in my salad,
What
and
about
that's
raspberry vinaigrette? You ever tried that? That's
uh,
tasty.
yeah. I should probably buy a bottle of that shit.
A
But yeah,
little too sweet for me, but it's good.
well, if you're gonna mix it with a bunch of salad ingredients, it probably dissipates the flavor a little bit.
Totally.
But yeah, that's my route to lose weight. If I ever want to, that's what I do, and it always works 100% of the time for me.
Well, stick with what works, man. That's what I
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, I mean, look at Diddy. He's sticking with what worked for him, which was molesting little boys left, right, and center.
Making making Bieber eat his ass every other day. Fuck. I see so much shit on there though. I don't even know what to believe.
Yeah, exactly. You
So
don't.
scandalous.
But do you think we're gonna ever find out what really happened?
Of course not. And actually, Diddy's probably going to suicide himself
Yep, fantastic.
or get suicided, I should say,
Yeah.
conveniently
Mhm.
before the tapes are released. Somehow, Diddy's place burnt down
Magic.
and all the tapes were lost.
All of them. There's no charges laid for anyone.
Nope.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
I wonder
Unbelievable.
how many times that has to happen before people are just like, wait a minute.
It's already
So,
happened like 20 times.
something's going on here, right? Until it's got to be mainstream. I don't know. That's above my pay grade.
Yeah, we're not allowed to argue about stuff like that because
Yeah.
all of a sudden you get a knock on the door. Have you been having independent thoughts?
It's like the
This is not
Matrix.
cool. Mr. Smith comes.
Yeah. Agent Smith
Hello,
shows
Mr.
up,
Anders.
tries to jam a probe in the back of your head to hook you up again. Yeah. Fantastic.
I want to
So,
escape from the Matrix as soon as possible.
mhm. You think it's going to be possible?
No, we're
You're
stuck.
That's shitty. I had hope and now I just lost it all.
Well, sorry to burst your bubble.
I
You know
just
why I'm
want to.
doing all this overtime?
Hmm.
Because I can barely afford to survive, even though I make like fucking $38 an hour. What the hell?
So you're making like $50 an hour on your
When I
overtime.
do overtime, more than that, yeah. almost 60.
And you're still finding that it sucks when you want to go buy a steak at the grocery store because you can't justify the price.
And I fall behind. Like I was just on a week. I had my 3 kids for vacation for a week, and my
Yeah.
God, it's so expensive. If
Uh,
just to feed them, like
yeah.
$1,200 disappeared in fucking 5 days.
Yeah, but they're older too, right? They're not like toddlers or shit. They're
No,
grown-ups
they're grown
essentially.
ups. They
Yeah.
require everything.
Oh, that sucks. Hmm.
And I pay child support on top. So it's like, what the fuck? I'm paying and I'm paying and I'm paying and I'm paying.
Yeah. Well, you could be like other dads and just leave.
Yeah, that's what my dad decided to do when I was 5. See you, Dad. I don't need a father figure.
Oh, at least you got to say goodbye. Lucky you.
I remember when my mom threw all this stuff out on the yard and I was like, didn't know what was going on.
Well, yeah, you're 5. You're like, this isn't
It's
right.
like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Sad times. Let's not cry for young Josh.
Do you think that your dad ever paid your mom any fucking money whatsoever after that?
Not a cent.
Do you find that odd that now it's such a thing that the women train their children to get a baby daddy at 18 just so they're set up?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they're training their kids to get pregnant at 18, you get out of high school, you get a kid, and the guy will pay for everything. You're like, what the fuck?
Or the government will make him.
Right? Like, what the fuck? But yeah, like, I don't think my mom got a fucking nickel from my dad when he left.
And my sister, same thing. She's got 3 baby daddies. And not one of them had ever paid a dime in child support.
That's
What the
so
fuck? She
fucked
didn't even go
up.
after them.
Yeah, I don't think my mom even went after him. I think she was more happy that he was just gone, and it was just easier for
Yeah.
her not to worry about it.
And you never saw him again?
No, no, I saw him in California. He was living there. We went to Disneyland with him for the day. He came and did
Oh,
like
okay.
Cub Scouts thing with me once or twice. He lived not too far away for some years, and we'd visit him every once in a while, but few and far between. It was you,
I got to know my dad when I was an adult, basically, like
yeah.
a teenager and on.
Hmm. I know my
Yeah.
sister ran into our dad when we were older, and they had like a relationship. They would go out for dinners and stuff, and they would chat once in a while. He would try calling me at like 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk, and I was like, can you just
Oh,
stop? Just stop.
yeah.
Like, I got shit to do in my life, and this is none of it right now. None of it.
No. My dad was a drunk also.
Hmm. Yeah, my dad died from liver failure, so
My dad died in a similar situation.
oh, we're so lucky.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We're fucking kindred spirits
Yeah,
over here.
and we're just trying to be better dads for our kids than we ever saw.
That's why I like have no qualms about paying child support because I was like, you know what? Those kids are gonna have the best life that I can possibly help provide.
Yeah, without giving them everything.
I'll
'Cause
complain about it. I'll complain about it, but I do pay it. I've never missed a payment in my whole fucking time. So
yeah, I mean, I don't want to give my kids so much shit that they don't earn their own shit.
yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, even if I had millions of dollars, I wouldn't buy them a vehicle. It's like, no,
Uh,
you're paying for yourself. I'm sorry. All the shit
yeah,
I had to pay for myself, you are paying for yourself.
yeah. I get no
But
help from nobody.
yeah, but I can give you advice, stuff that I never had as a kid. Tax advice, investing
and
advice.
and teach you
Mm,
cool things. Yeah,
right? Yeah, like I can do that stuff for you. And hopefully you are more successful than I am. That's my hope.
that's the goal. My oldest just got accepted to UBC, so that's a
Ooh,
win.
ooh, how much is that going to cost?
It's going to cost her nothing because she's got my sweet ass native blood inside of her.
Oh, fuck. That, that's a good deal.
Yeah, it is.
Hunting licenses, fishing licenses, UBC paid for. Not bad. Is it all paid
And
for?
don't forget the cheap gas. Cheap gas. Yeah, it's all paid for except for her living expenses. Like if she wants to live on campus or whatever, she'll have
Yeah.
to pay for all that. I think she might be able to apply for some sort of a thing to help a little bit, but she'll have to pay for all that. How she's going to do that, I don't know. Because I already told her I ain't helping. I helped enough with my blood.
Yeah, it's like you're on your own. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's not a Josh problem, that's a you problem.
you're cut loose. Now I'm going to go travel the world.
Yeah. Oh God. I've got many more years to go before I can cut my kids loose.
You're so far ahead in the traveling department, though. You've been everywhere.
True. I guess there's a give and a take, right?
Yeah,
Like you're gonna have more freedom younger than I will have freedom at my age. But I did
I'm
stuff.
I'm so close, dude. I'm so close. So close to no more child support. Oh, I can't wait. I'll be rolling in cash
Yeah, and still working overtime
and working overtime for a purpose,
for you.
for me to go to Europe or
Hmm.
wherever,
Well,
somewhere.
when you plan your Europe trip, let me know because I always thought a cool Europe trip would be if somebody went and they wanted to go for 3 weeks, and let's say it was you, and none of your friends want to go with you for 3 weeks. So like, well, I can't afford it. I
Yeah,
can't afford it, or I don't want to go to those places. I always thought it'd be neat to like grab your three friends who want to go on trips, and each one of them meets you in a different place. So,
ooh, that's a good idea.
like, John Cox goes out and he meets you in Switzerland for 3 days. And then like Charlie Ray and I show up and meet you in Norway for 3 days. That way
Yeah,
you do that with four friends and you have your entire trip with friends, but with different friends at each leg of the trip.
that's great. You're never getting sick of anybody, and it's new and
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah. And all your stuff is like cut in half, like car rentals and like gas for vehicles and hotels and stuff. It's all less on the bank account.
I have a question.
Hmm.
How hard is it to get cannabis in Europe?
Amsterdam, it's legal everywhere you go
I know,
in
but
the
like all of
Netherlands.
Europe, right? Can you
Well,
travel from country to country with it in your possession?
Here the thing is, there's a zone called the Schengen zone,
Okay.
and there's zero borders between, ooh, fuck, France, Spain, Italy, Belgium, Germany, Greece, Poland, Czech Republic. There's no physical borders. You don't ever cross you don't know when you're in another country. If you're on a
Oh,
train,
wow. Why is
you
it
just
like that?
because they created something called the Schengen zone. And all those stuff, they're like, we don't need all these borders. We're all part of the European Union. We all
Yeah,
accept the euro as currency. Like they all have the same currency.
yeah.
Switzerland doesn't, but it's in the Shenzhen zone.
The Shenzhen zone.
Yeah, but there's no
Sounds
borders.
Chinese.
There's
Yeah,
no border.
I
You
get
can
it. I
drive
like
between
it.
Italy and Switzerland. And even though Switzerland uses their own Swiss francs and then Italy uses the euro, there's still no border between the two.
Hmm, I like
And
it.
if you pick up your weed in Amsterdam, it, you can literally travel to 80% of Europe without crossing an actual border guard.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear because I will
But
have lots of cannabis on me
then you have to look up the punishment for being caught with it if they do catch you
in
with.
whatever country. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'll avoid it for the harsher ones and
Yeah.
the slap on the wrist countries. Let's go.
Yeah. So I don't smoke weed, so I don't know. I've never bought it and moved it around in Europe. I've been to Amsterdam and
Yeah,
I've smoked weed and I've eaten pot brownies or pot muffins, but that's it.
yeah. It's not your thing, so
Not
it's
my
no
thing.
no no problem.
But I mean, do you think you could go without?
I would rather not.
But do you think you could? 3 weeks.
Probably
Like, what if you had,
3 weeks.
yeah. Well, I don't know how long you want to travel for. Most of my trips are about 12 days.
Even 12 days would be pretty tough,
Hmm.
but I could do it. Obviously, it's
Well,
just I wouldn't have as much fun.
what if day 5, 6, and 7 were all in Amsterdam, and then you left Amsterdam to go to Germany? So,
And then if it was a problem in Germany, then I would easily not have it there.
yeah, I don't know, just an idea.
Yeah, it would be no big deal. I mean, fuck, it's just a substance. It's
Yeah,
just I have this thing where my brain sort of goes into overdrive, and that the cannabis, when I first started smoking it, I noticed it put my brain in a comfortable spot. Otherwise, I'm just thinking so rapidly and I get lost. This subject. I probably have like some undiagnosed condition of some kind,
retardation.
ADHD or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
I don't
sorry,
fucking know.
that's what I
But
meant. I didn't mean.
I
I didn't
like the
mean.
word retard though. Use that some more. We took it back.
Yeah, yeah, we did. And then I just finished editing that episode, and I couldn't put retard in the title. I just couldn't do it.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You could have
Yeah,
put some fucking asterisks in there.
yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
It's pretty salacious.
And there's also a part of it where we were talking about something. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't people. It was maybe chocolate.
Yeah.
And I think you said, "Oh no, I hate the black ones." Maybe it was some sort of candy or something, and then I wanted to like save that as a soundbite and use it as a reel. But I was like, no, that's just gonna get us in trouble. And the title of the episode, I
Yeah,
hate the black
probably.
ones. But it had nothing to do with I think it was maybe fucking licorice or jelly beans or
Probably.
something. We were talking about something. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, we are talking about
I
the
know what it
con.
was. I think it
What's
was
that?
Necco wafers.
Maybe I don't remember. I edited it today and I honestly don't remember. I just listened to that and I had to rewind it, listen to it, and laugh again, rewind it, listen to it, laugh again, and just move on. And I debated like, oh, do I save this? Do I title it this? But yeah, I don't want to get in trouble for something that stupid, right?
No, that's true.
Because people are dicks.
You got to walk a line in this day and age in these trying times.
Well, people go out of their way to make sure that your life is hell.
Sure, if you give
And
them something to fucking get get a rise out of them, you know.
yeah.
But if you listen to this podcast for any length of time, there's got to be some people pissed off.
Oh, absolutely. Episode 1, right? Like, but yeah, there's going to be people that are going to be angry, I think. But maybe the more you listen to it, the more you realize that it's not
That
serious.
it's all in jest. I mean,
All of
come
it.
on, it's fucking
Oh,
obvious.
you would hope so.
I would hope so.
People are morons.
We can talk real serious like this for the rest of the podcast.
Well, I mean, we can do a subject and talk about it seriously, but we can still have fun with it.
I can't help it. I'm just a fun guy.
I would rather not sit there and talk about something that's deadly serious and be
Or
serious about
upsetting,
it,
yeah.
right?
Upsetting in some way. Yeah.
Yeah,
I save that for the true crime podcast that I listen to.
exactly.
Yeah. So,
So,
Mr. Clay, what's new
yeah,
with you, man?
just work, kids. I started watching Shogun.
Oh, yes.
So I watched the first episode last night after work,
Okay.
and then I started to watch the second episode, not realizing that the first two are like an hour long each.
Oh, yeah. They're all long.
And yeah, then I woke up and I was like, oh, there's only 10 minutes left of the second one, and I start rewinding and I don't remember any of it. So
You fell asleep.
I fell asleep 15 minutes into the second episode.
Yeah.
So I'm at the place where the British pilot ship guy is in the prison, like in the jail.
Okay.
And
Underground or whatever.
yeah, and he's talking to the guy who was in the Fast and Furious, the Portuguese guy from Fast Five,
Yeah.
the guy that they robbed. So yeah, he's in that, and that's where I stopped watching. That's where I fell asleep. So I'm gonna finish that up after this tonight.
Oh, you have lots of good episodes to go.
Oh yeah,
I think I 7 now, I think.
yeah. So
Yeah, it's
that's
so
good
good.
for me. I'll probably watch one a day
And
for
you'll
the
be
next.
caught up by the time it ends.
Yeah, that's the plan.
You know,
My,
it's all filmed around here, like around Vancouver.
oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I know. It's so cool. I was like, oh, that makes sense. You know, lots of forested areas
Yeah,
and shit that they can fuck with.
and the ocean and the cliffs. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It bothers me that it's all in Japanese and it's all
Oh,
subtitled.
what?
No. Like I think it's awesome and it's the way it should be. It just
Yeah.
bothers me that I can't be on my phone. I have to be watching the
Oh,
screen
yeah, yeah.
because I have
That
to
shouldn't bother
read.
you, Clay. Get
No,
focused in on the show.
no, absolutely. It irritates me that I have to do that when most shows you don't have to do that. But I think it's better this way because I'd rather it be in the native tongue for where it's
Yeah,
actually supposed to be
it's
taking
authentic,
place. Yeah,
right?
exactly. So I
Yeah.
understand it, I get it, I like it, but it also bothers me that if I put my phone down or I walk away to do something, I, unless I'm reading the words, I have no idea what they're saying.
See, I like it because it makes me lock in on the show, and there's if something comes up, my phone makes a noise or something, I pause it,
Yeah.
grab my phone, look at it, because you can't miss something, because then you don't know what's going on.
Yeah. No, I should probably put my phone away when I'm watching the show.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that would be my advice because it's really worth locking in on that show. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, can't say enough good things.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with TV right now. And there's a bunch of shows on Apple that I want to watch that just came out. I can't even tell you their names. There's like 3 or 4 new shows, but it just fucking kills me that it's once a week. So if I want to watch the whole series, it's gonna end 8 weeks from now.
Yeah,
So 8 weeks from now, I'm gonna have 24 episodes to watch from 3 different shows.
there's not enough time in a fucking in a
Oh,
year even to get through half of the
yeah.
stuff. But
And it
the
sucks when it sucks when you're watching it.
Yeah,
and you give yourself 2 episodes. I know you're a 10-minute rule guy,
I
but
am.
let's say the first episode is really good, but then the second one drags, and then the
Then
third
it's
one's
gone.
good,
Yeah. Oh,
and then the
see?
fourth one drags. You're like, fuck, man, every second one is shit.
Yeah, that's no good. If they do that to me, I'd fucking bounce.
Yeah.
I'm out of there.
But I've already invested 2 hours out of 8. 2 hours out of 8.
Yet at the same time, the shows and the movies that I love, I will watch over and over and over again,
Okay.
and I'll be enthralled, because I
I
love them.
did I did watch the first 2 episodes of The Inbetweeners in the last 2 days.
See, you dip back in too. You have
Yeah,
to. It's
because
comfort food.
I was just doing something. I think I was cooking upstairs, and I was like, I just want to watch something that I don't have to like pay too close attention to. So I
Yeah.
just put on The Inbetweeners, and I'm chopping vegetables, and I'm making a gravy, and then
Hell yeah.
I'm laughing at shit. And then today when I sat down to eat dinner, I was like, huh. Well, I watched the first episode like yesterday. I may as well watch the second one today. So I just sat
You
there
might as well.
and yeah, I sat there for 20 minutes and I ate my chicken sandwich and my like drumstick and yeah, just watch The Inbetweeners, which I've seen like so many times now.
It's comfort food. For me, it's Curb Your Enthusiasm. I can just turn that on while I'm doing something because I've seen every episode a million times and
Yeah,
it's just good.
fucking Larry David.
Oh,
Genius.
genius.
Yep. I'm so glad things worked out the way they did, like to get the cast for Seinfeld and for it to last as long as it did, and then to get Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's like everything had to be just right, and it was,
How,
and we got to reap the rewards.
how much money do you think he made from Curb? Because I know he walked away with about $375 million from Seinfeld when the show ended. That's how much he'd made. So when you
Yeah,
think about syndication and all that, he's got to be almost a billionaire by now.
I would say he's probably yeah 700-800 million range,
Yeah, damn.
right?
A rich bald Jew. Oh yeah.
And it's weird though, like that he's still making the TV show. Like if you think about it, I've got $800 million. My name is Josh. Are you going to work?
I know, I don't get it, man.
Yeah,
It's because he's got a passion for it, right?
yeah. I guess if you have stories to tell,
He,
scripts to
pro-
write.
he probably likes doing that more than anything else.
Yeah, I guess what would you do? I don't know. What would you do? I'd probably get bored of video games. I'd get bored of the beach. I'd get bored of shit. May
I
as
would
well.
disc golf and travel. Disc golf and travel. Because
I
there's
would probably
courses everywhere.
I would probably just do a lot of cooking.
Okay.
Like cook
Start
a
a cooking
meal,
show, cooking
cook,
channel.
and I would probably just drop the food off at like the men's shelter and shit, just to get the thrill of the food and sit down and have the meal, and then take the rest to the men's shelter or drop it off where the homeless encampment is. Because
Hmm.
you got $800 million.
That's true. That's true.
But then people will come to expect that from you.
That's another problem. You got to be careful with your philanthropic
Yeah,
activities.
yeah. You're not in town because you're traveling, and people are pissed off that you're not dropping food off. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm in,
What? No food this time?
yeah, I'm in Germany,
No.
but thanks. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would ever get bored of travel. Like hopping on trains and traveling around would be amazing.
absolutely. And with
Mhm.
throw disc golf in there because they got courses all over the world. For me, anyway,
Yeah.
that's what I would do because why not? And I would everywhere I go, I would pay for everyone's meals and stuff, and I'd be the fucking life of the party without drinking.
Yeah. Man, now you got me thinking about it. Shit, that's a lot of money.
A lot of money, lots and lots. Well, I'd obviously take care of my family and stuff first. That's the first thing I do.
But then, yeah, you have to wonder about how many times somebody's trying to scam money from this guy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you got to stay on your toes. I'd hire a money man for sure.
And
Hopefully,
yeah,
one I can trust.
yeah. Well, that's just it. A lot of money men steal their money from
I
the
know
person.
that's a concerning part about that, but you got to trust somebody, right?
Yeah.
Or you just do it all on your own. I don't know that I have that kind of cerebral brain power to juggle all of those balls at once.
Well, I mean, you don't have a job to go to, so I'm pretty sure you can throw a little bit of time into juggling those balls.
Here's another thing: I don't trust banks, so where would I keep that money?
Well, you'd have no choice but to keep it in the bank. You can't keep it stashed in lock boxes in your house.
Gold?
All it takes is one person to break in and steal all your shit, and you're fucked.
Not if you have multi fucking security systems and AR-15s and AK-47s
Well,
and bodyguards.
You already talked about it. You'd have an island and it would be
That's
fortified.
right. That's right. The island.
So
And
yeah, I
it's
think
not
you,
like Epstein's island. There's none of that shit going.
well, not that anybody knows of. You have enough money where it can. I
And
mean,
there's high walls. You can't see in.
yeah. Get digital camouflage above for helicopters so they can't see.
Drones.
Hmm. Maybe that's what Diddy has. The dude has to own like private islands somewhere, does he not?
I don't think he does, but he definitely has a whole bunch of mansions and properties, and he
Eh,
just loves to get his ass eaten by 15-year-old boys. I don't
Did
know. I
you
don't
do you
get it.
do you find it weird that they raided his houses, but there's no arrest warrants? Like they're are they looking for him? Or are they
I
just
don't
looking for
find it
evidence?
weird because, yeah, I think they're going in to get rid of the evidence as fast as possible.
So the FBI is raiding so that they can shred it and burn it.
Yep, 100%. I bet you there's some real high ups in those fucking videos. Apparently, he was recording everything.
That's fucked up.
Apparently, Beyonce was doing some weird shit. I don't know if that's true, but
I'd like to hope that they're all doing weird shit and it
me
all comes
too.
crumbling down. That way you're
Oh,
like,
that'd be
wow, what
so
a
great.
what a world we live in.
What a
90%
time to be alive.
90% of Hollywood is in prison because they like to get their ass eaten by 15-year-old boys. Every time we talk about it, I always find it odd. Like, really? That's where you went? That's where your $700 million led you was to get eaten out by 15-year-old. That's it? That's your thing that you kept doing that you weren't bored of?
Apparently, it's all about the control,
Oh,
and like they were like, you can't say anything, Bieber, because we got videos of you, and we'll tell everyone you're gay. And he was like, fuck, I don't want that to happen.
yeah, but then he's like, I don't. You can tell people I'm gay, but I'm still banging people like Selena Gomez. So you know what? Maybe I'm not as gay as you think.
But it's the shame. He can't get past the shame of what he was made to do by Diddy in
Mhm.
his bullying ways.
Made to
Get back
do.
there, boy. Yeah.
He traded.
Traded
Yeah, he wasn't held at
a
gunpoint.
career for an
Yeah,
ass eating.
exactly.
Well, I guess when you put it that way,
He was a prostitute and he traded eating ass for all the riches.
he was just a boy, Clay. A
Oh,
boy.
and his mom was there collecting a paycheck from Diddy.
Probably. Like, yeah, make sure you go to Diddy's house. Mom, he's abusing me. Just get over there.
Yeah, I like my paycheck. Fuck off. Get back to his house.
Get over there. Look what he's doing for your career. So you got to eat a little bit of ass. Come on, get on with it.
Yeah, it could be worse. You could have no job.
Exactly. Yeah. You'd be
So I
working
could,
at McDonald's like the rest of the teenagers.
yeah. I don't know. Would you rather work at McDonald's or would you rather eat Diddy's ass and make millions?
Fuck, that's the age-old question. A question as old as time, Clay.
So that's your age old question,
Yeah, that's the age-old question.
and you have no other age old questions.
To me, Clay, everything is an age-old question.
So like, is she playing hard to get, or does she really think that I don't exist?
Ah, the age-old question.
So I guess if you just add that to the end of any question, it becomes an age old question.
Correct. But you have to say, the age-old question.
So if I don't wipe my ass very hard when I have hemorrhoids, will it still bleed?
Well, you see, that's the age-old question. Obviously, it does.
If I go to the doctor with a hemorrhoid question and then I tell him I'm going to drink at night, will that affect my hemorrhoids?
Is it wrong to think that because Justin Bieber was so young when he was forced to eat out Diddy's ass, hopefully there wasn't hemorrhoids involved?
Hopefully, you would think with a celebrity of some type that they would be really on top of their health.
Like they don't get those kind of things?
Well, they probably do, but it gets healed right away. I'm pretty sure on a weekly basis they have some sort of medical checkups, right? Because they want to live as long as they can.
They get the Hollywood healing treatment.
Yeah, so they've got a personal chef, personal trainer, and a personal on-site doctor to make sure that they're going to be living as long as they can with the riches that they have obtained. With the
Yeah.
amount of, just picture yourself, you're getting your ass eaten by 15-year-old boys left, right, and center, right? That's like your jam. That's what you do. Do you ever want that life to end? Fuck no. So
Not
you,
if you're Diddy and that's your thing, no.
yeah, so you want to make sure that you are as healthy as you possibly can be for as long as you can possibly be. And therefore, you probably don't have that hemorrhoid situation.
and it's probably clean as a whistle back there, shaved.
Well, do you think it is, or do you think he cares about that? He doesn't care how what you get out of it. He
I
he
think he
wants
does. I think he's so vain that he wants that thing. You could just eat off of it.
literally. See, I'm thinking the other way. I'm thinking he doesn't care how dirty it is because he's got a 15-year-old boy who's going to eat it clean.
So he's got swamp ass all the time.
Well, I don't know. I've never had my ass eaten, so I don't know if you get swamp ass from it. But Charlie Ray's not here to answer the question. He is the gentleman who gets his butthole eaten, I think, more than you and I have.
Which disturbs me to no end. And
Just,
I would never let that happen to myself.
you
And
would never let a girl eat your butt?
no, I got a hairy ass. You don't want to eat that back there.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess when I go down on a girl and it's hairy, I'm hesitant to go back for seconds.
Fucking rights, and I'm fucking gagging the whole time.
Yeah, anytime you have to put your fingers in your mouth to pull out a hair when you're going down on someone,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's not just like a hair from that's in the bed that somehow found its way up the thigh or whatever. Because
no,
you ever
it's just
you've
in
had
there.
that. You've had that, right?
Of course,
Yeah. So yeah, but you can definitely tell a pubic hair from a hair from a head.
asshole hair.
Well, I don't know. Are they not the same? Are they short and curly? Or are they little wispy?
I think they're a little finer and probably less coarse.
Hmm. You'd figure with all the porn we watch, we would have come across some sort of butthole hair porn.
I don't watch porn.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What do you touch yourself?
I do all the time. Yeah,
And you don't use porn? You use your mind?
I use.
Please,
See, this comes with a back.
please tell me that when I moved away and you took all my VHS and my old paint and stuff, please tell me somewhere down the line you did that with a friend and they had a bunch of Sears catalogs and you've had those stashed in boxes in your house and you're using the lingerie section from old Sears catalogs from the 90s.
There was definitely a video that was in the box of videos that you gave me that I definitely pleasured myself to several times.
I want to know what it was called because I used to have old VHS porns that I kind of miss now.
Well, it was from your collection of tapes, and the name of it was Oh My. OH space MY.
And it was just
Oh my.
handwritten on the front of the VHS.
No, it was written with a Sharpie both on the sides and on the top.
Do
Oh
you
my.
know? I mean, do you have the memory of what was on the video you were watching?
I do. It was a series of sex scene clips that were sort of clipped out of movies that were on TV. And then it was just like 2 minutes of a sex scene from one movie, 3 minutes from another movie, and
Hmm.
on and on. It was just a smorgasbord of fucking sex scenes from movies. It was fucking awesome. I don't know
So,
who made it. Obviously, you did.
no, I didn't because I think we talked about this. I didn't have any editing equipment, and it wasn't a thing
Oh,
that I could do. So I might have obtained that somewhere.
interesting.
But it's just regular movies, like when there's like barely a nipple, like just cleavage, or
Oh no, there was some pretty decent scenes going on. So they were from like more like Drambuie showcase review
okay,
type
yeah.
movies.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
there'd be late night, yeah, Drambuie, exactly, stuff like that
Oh,
where
there
it's
was some steamy
softcore.
shit going on. Uh, that's for sure.
So you pleasured yourself to that, but since then you haven't watched porn to pleasure yourself?
Not porn, but I like stuff like the Drambuie showcase review. I stick with the classics.
So you like real life stuff.
I like stuff that's feasible.
Okay. So you're not living the fantasy porno world.
No, because I can't fuck like that. So why would I want to subject myself to it?
Well, I mean, I strive to fuck like that. That's why I watch those things so that when I'm with somebody, I can do this, which I can't do this, but I've seen a guy doing a video. Why not?
No, I don't even tell the girls anything about my dick game so that they're pleasantly disappointed every time.
That's really sad. And you hope that maybe they come back for seconds, thinking
They
maybe it's
they
better
usually
this
do.
time. Maybe
They
it's better
usually
this
do.
time.
I think that's what they're thinking, and then no, no.
What if your dick game is strong, so they're actually coming back because it was really enjoyable, and those Drambuie softcore pornos that were saved on the Oh My VHS actually paved the way for you to pleasure women.
I think they might have been the impetus for my particular tastes.
And to think about if you had never gotten those box of VHS, what would you have been using to pleasure yourself with?
Back in those days,
Yeah.
that was before the internet, pretty much. I mean, I didn't
Yeah,
have it.
well, it was
It
no,
existed.
there was a lot of like what do you call it? Hotwire, and it was like downloading like Napster style. So there was stuff
Okay.
you could get trackers and you could download. I downloaded a whole bunch of movies off stuff like that. Like not Napster because Napster, what is it? LimeWire. LimeWire?
LimeWire. Yeah, I used
Oh
to use
yeah.
that too. I
Yeah,
use
stuff
that
like
as well.
yeah, LimeWire would give you a lot of fucking porn and a lot of movies. I downloaded so many movies on that shit, and it just blew my mind that this existed, that I was able to get a movie from the movie theater, download it onto my
Yeah.
computer. It was the beginning of the end for the movie industry.
Now it's a reality, man. Get a fucking Cody box and you got everything.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
It is.
I watched a lot of adult content during those years that I downloaded from LimeWire. Some of it was unintentional. Like I remember downloading Smallville because I missed it that week. And when you have TV and you don't have a what is it?
A PVR.
Yeah, PVR, they didn't exist. So you weren't able to download shows. If you missed it and you couldn't record it on the VHS, you're fucked until either what, rerun season in the summer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
you're or you have to buy the VHS box set when it comes out at the end of the year.
Yeah. That's not
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, and so your life is sort of fucked, but I downloaded an episode of Smallville that I missed and I hit play on it once it downloaded and it was a blonde chick getting railed by a German shepherd.
Oh no.
And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" So obviously I kept watching it, fast
Of
forwarding.
course you did. Yeah, right. You put it on slow motion.
Well, okay, well, fine. Everybody knows. Yes, I rewound it. I slow motion, I rewound, watched it again. But yeah, I was waiting for Smallville to come on, thinking maybe somebody fucked up the upload, and no, it was they just named it that, and I downloaded it and I watched it, and it blew my fucking mind that this chick was getting railed by a German Shepherd.
While there's a perfectly good camera guy filming it.
Right? Like, how fucked
What
up
the
is that? Like,
fuck?
what
So gross.
what part in your life did you turn left instead of right when you're like, well, I mean, I've had sex with guys, I've had sex with girls, I've done it all. Let's fuck a dog. Like, where's that line? Like, that can't be an early on thing where that's one of the earliest things you just decided to try to do.
She wasn't loved as a child, probably was abused, went down a bad road, started using crystal methamphetamines. Next thing she knew, she's got the red rocket inside of her.
Her boyfriend's like, hey, baby, here's something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, my dog's real horny. Oh,
I bet you they made money off it though.
guaranteed. And
That's like
lots of illegal downloads.
pre OnlyFans.
That shit's animal abuse, in my opinion.
Do you remember Heather Brooke
Heather Brooke.
from iDeepthroat.com?
No.
Oh, she was a big winner during that time. That was like early on internet. Not OnlyFans. Like, yeah, you should Google her sometime.
I watched the Pam Anderson, Tommy Lee tape when that shit came out way back in
Yeah,
the day.
so many times I watched that.
Me too.
Were you not mesmerized by the dude with the wang the size of your arm?
Totally. Like, what? That's not even real.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wait,
not.
it is.
It's not fair. Like, okay, so you're tall, you're thin, you're good looking, you're rich, you're a rock star, and you have a dick the size of my
Yeah,
forearm,
yeah.
and you're married to Pamela Anderson. Okay, cool. So I guess when God woke up that day, he was like, "Fuck everybody else on earth. I'm gonna give everything to this guy."
Pretty much. Pretty fucking much. I'm glad to see that she hasn't aged very well.
I met her at Comic-Con a couple years ago.
Did you?
Yeah, she was very sweet. She was very nice, but her legs, she was wearing like a shorter sort of dress. Her legs, like her thighs, were the same like diameter as my arms. And
Oh,
I
wow,
don't
just skinny.
and I don't work out. So to put that
Yeah.
into perspective, yeah, her legs were she was like two toothpicks on a little tiny frame.
Huh.
It was
Yeah.
fucked up.
That's not attractive. Bird legs.
No. She had fun though. Didn't she
Yeah, she had
film?
a hell of a run.
Yeah. She made a lot of porn movies with a lot of boyfriends.
True. Sex tapes.
How many of those you made?
0.
Oh, you're missing out.
No, I'm not. I don't need that shit on tape. Maybe once I get fit.
Hmm.
When I'm
Oh.
happy with what I look like naked, then let's go.
So you're not content with how you look?
I have a beer gut that I'm trying to get rid of desperately. That's the last holdout, just a little paunch.
With 15 pounds a week or 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks?
Well, yeah, well, no, probably more like a month. Just
Okay.
just just under.
So 15 pounds a month, what are you thinking? Another 3 months?
I'm thinking by summer I'm rubbing oil all over my body and strutting around.
Oh, I've never had the urge to rub oil all over my body and strut around, but
It defines all your muscles
oh, I need
and your
muscles.
dick.
That's the problem. I rub
Yeah.
oil on my dick all the time.
Yeah, you gotta go dry.
Those are the best dick pics to send when they're all glistening and beautiful.
You say so.
And you don't send those either, right?
Nope. Never, not once.
You're very old school, like you said.
I am.
Traditional.
Big time. I like Little House on the Prairie, fucking old times.
The girls you bring over are wearing those neck to floor dresses and the little bonnets,
Yeah, big growlers on them and everything.
a little strap tied around their books instead of a bag. Instead of calling you daddy, they call you pa.
Oh, exactly. You guessed it.
That's fucking awesome. Oh, give it to me, pa. Give it to me. I don't know, man. That doesn't sound right.
Well, you had to be there.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm kind of glad I wasn't, but also disappointed that I wasn't.
It was a good time.
You ever watched anyone bang in front of you?
It's been very close to happening, but I've always left.
No. So it's like a friend of yours is hooking up with a chick, and then you're
Yeah.
like, huh, I'm a third wheel or I'm involved. I don't think I'm going to be involved. I'm just going to leave.
The only time I stayed was when it was two gals.
Hmm. And they asked you to stay.
They asked me to stay, but I only watched. I didn't get involved.
Did they ask you not to be involved?
No, they asked me to get involved.
Were you young and scared?
I was scared and I just said, I have a hard enough time pleasing one at that one time.
Uh, I'm sorry, I don't watch porn, so I don't know how this works, but I'm pretty sure the porn guy pleases both women.
I
And
did this 3 times in the dark and I might be able to figure it out.
yeah, fucking hilarious. You need to be more manly like Diddy and just have little boys lining up to eat your butt for record deals.
If only I could be that brazen.
And it's still fucked up for me. I still can't wrap my head around having that much money and power and choosing something so fucking odd that is just, I don't know.
Is it true though? Is it true? I mean, I
That,
hope it's true. It's not substantiated yet, I don't think.
I hope all that shit's true. I hope one day they find a Bigfoot. I hope aliens come down and announce, hey, there's no God, because if there was, we wouldn't exist. Like,
Duh.
and how great would that be to look around at the entire Catholic Church and be like, hey, guess what? You're fucked now. There's no money rolling in anymore.
I can't believe there still is, man, with how expensive it is to get by. How can people pay the church?
Well, because they're scared of dying and not going to heaven. So
Oh, that's such a stupid fear. My
they're trying
God.
they're trying to pay their way into heaven.
Yeah.
It's like, can't you enjoy your life now instead of your life after?
How about just try to be a good person?
Yeah.
It's always worked for me.
Yeah.
People seem to like me.
Yeah, the Ten Commandments should really be one. Don't be a fucking asshole.
Don't be a fucking dick. And
That's it.
then you'll be good.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's all there is to it.
Do you think the people that wrote the Bible are kicking themselves, thinking like, fuck, we could have done it one step instead of this story with 10 different rules to follow?
Part of me hopes they're in hell, burning for eternity.
That would mean God exists.
That's true. And if one doesn't exist, the other doesn't.
And if
And
God
that's
does,
the case.
if God does exist, I really hope it's like the TV show Lucifer.
I haven't seen that show.
You need to watch Lucifer.
So I don't understand the reference. Is it one of those long, many season shows?
It started off on like Fox, I think. So it's probably the first couple seasons are probably 22 episodes, 45 minutes each.
Never gonna do it.
I think it's only 5 seasons long. And it's really, really, really good. Satan was tired of hell. He was tired of his life, so he came to Earth. And he just lives like a normal fucking human being, except he owns like a skyrise and a bar, and he's a fucking alcoholic, and he's fucking everything that moves. And he can't get shot, so he falls in love with this detective, and he goes on cases with her as like a consultant,
Okay.
and he tries to protect her because he really can't get hurt. But then you realize that the closer he gets to her, he's starting to fall in love and his powers start to dissipate. So he actually is able to get shot and he's able to get hurt. But he's in love with this girl, like he's in love with this human.
I think it would be better if, because he had to come to the take a human form, he shouldn't have had any powers. That would have been more interesting if he had
True.
come back, been or left hell or whatever, and came to Earth.
Well,
He would just be
he doesn't have a
immortalized.
human form because he still has his wings. They're just
Oh, they're just
inside him.
tucked back then.
They're
Okay,
inside him.
inside his body.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Well, I mean, I guess so, but it's a very good show.
He should at least have them tattooed on his back or something, like those UFC fighters.
But yeah, his brother comes to Earth and his dad comes to Earth and his mom comes to Earth. You meet Adam, you meet Eve, you meet Cain, you meet Abel. Like it's very
Oh,
cool.
family reunion.
It's very,
Nice.
very cool. It's a good show. I highly recommend it. It was
Maybe
so
I'll give it a
popular.
whirl.
Yeah, it was canceled and then Netflix bought it for 2 more seasons.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So
one of those
yeah,
maneuvers.
yeah, it was popular enough that they're like, we can make money off this, and they signed it
Yeah,
for 2 more years.
I love when Netflix does that. You know that they're going to start showing fights, like live sporting events and shit on Netflix?
Well, they're doing the Mike Tyson one. I saw that.
Yeah, they're doing that. And I think UFC might be moving to Netflix, which would be very exciting for me.
So that would just be a show that's included in your Netflix
Well,
account.
what happens is, you know how there's like UFC pay-per-views, there's usually one or two a month. Well, there's also
Yeah.
this thing called UFC Fight Night where they're free. And right now you can watch them on like Sportsnet or TSN or something.
Yeah.
But how sweet would it be if they were all logged on Netflix? You'd have the whole back catalog. You could go back, watch all these. It'd be just fantastic. I love watching fights.
I don't ever watch stuff like that, but I think maybe being on
It's the
Netflix,
only sport I like.
I wouldn't have to search for it. I would just be there.
Yeah, definitely. Watch some people get choked out, knocked out.
Well, that's the kind of porn I like, so
There's some hot ring girls you might be into.
I'll look into it. Not being a sporting guy.
No, it's the only sport I don't like team sports. I've never been into any sports, but I do love combat sports.
So you don't watch football, hockey, football,
Nope,
American
nothing.
football, European
No
football?
soccer. No. I watch disc golf. So sorry, I watch disc golf and I watch combat sports.
I watch snowboarding when I see extreme snowboarding stuff. Very cool to watch them rip down like jagged peaked mountains and jumping over like chasms,
I could see that. It's chasms.
chasms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is fucking cool. Stuff I'll never be able to do, but I would love to be able to do.
That's the kind of shit I see on TikTok all the time
Hmm.
in 15-second increments.
TikTok, few and far between. My TikTok hours are limited in my head and in
Yeah,
my hands. I've cut myself down because, like you said before, you'll just lose a fucking evening, like
it's
4 hours.
evil, man. I should just delete it.
You should. It's weird. Like you could watch it and then you wouldn't remember any videos you saw that night.
No, it's a mindless mind pit of death.
Is it illegal now in the States?
Yes, can't do it. That's why like all the people I follow on like TikTok and stuff, they were all like, TikTok's gone now. Follow me on Instagram.
Weird. And they're probably still making reels on Instagram.
Absolutely, they just switched over to Instagram, but it's weird because when I'm watching TikTok, I still see a lot of the same content users. So I'm like, is it gone then? What's going on here? Or
Yeah,
are
I don't
those
know.
people Canadian? I don't know.
Maybe they were, or maybe they open up a Canadian account so that they could continue to
Ooh,
use
the
TikTok,
loophole.
right?
Loophole. I like it.
Yeah. Well, it's like Charlie Ray said, if the podcasts start making money and we make a company out of it, you have to register in the States because Trudeau wants to tax.
Yes.
Yeah, like tax your moneymaker
Of course.
when
They
you're
want money for everything.
like, fucked up. All I'm doing is talking,
Yeah.
and then advertisers are paying, but it's yeah, I don't know.
Ads are annoying. People hate ads. That's why people with a popular podcast, they go to a platform like Amazon or Spotify where they're exclusive there and it's
Yeah.
ad free. But if you get it from like Podbean or somewhere else,
Yeah.
there's ads, right?
Are there
I
ads on the
love
Podbean one?
there's ads everywhere except if it's exclusive to the platform.
So if you listen to this show on Apple, there's ads?
Oh, absolutely. There's ads.
Weird. I never listened to it, so I have no idea.
Oh, weird. You've never listened?
Well, I do when I do like a best of, I'll listen to a bunch of episodes and write down timestamps so I can edit it out later.
Maybe there's not ads. I'm not sure,
But
actually.
I haven't done that for like over a year. So maybe something happened after that.
Hmm. Could be. Maybe I'm confused. It happens.
Hmm. I know when you upload it, you have a special place where you can set your ad times. So you can do it at the beginning, after 4 minutes. There's different places that you can put your ads in. But I don't know if those are ads through Podbean or if those are just ads that you have that you can upload into certain parts of the show.
Like if we never gonna probably happen, but if a sponsor wanted to sponsor us and
Yeah.
pay us to have their ads,
Then
then
we
you choose where
chose.
you want it. Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe.
that's
I
cool.
don't know. I should try choosing it next time and see what happens. Just choose the first 30 seconds and see if they throw a 30-second ad in there.
Yeah, that would suck though, because then there's ads.
Yeah, they're we're not getting paid for it.
No, fuck you, ads.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we'd
Interesting.
love some advertisers.
Well, yeah. I'm sure someone will listen to them. Someone like my mom who doesn't know how to fast forward.
We should make our own commercials for like places that don't exist.
Nah,
Come on down to Willy Billy's.
we already had that when I was recording with a friend prior to this.
Oh, okay.
We had a whole bunch of fake ads written out and we never got around to it because we stopped recording together.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it's the same idea. We thought, wait, we can put our own ads for 80% off. Go to www.allnut.com, enter the code this. Then they go
Yeah,
there and it doesn't work.
doesn't exist.
Uh,
That's perfect.
but imagine sending them to a real website and giving them a code that doesn't exist. Would they get mad at the website? Like, I
Yeah,
listened to
what the
your ad.
fuck's going on here, man?
Actually, it'd be pretty funny.
It would be funny. Oh well. We don't need ads.
No. So what do we got left? We had weight loss, uh,
Weight loss
Diddy,
journeys,
Diddy's
ditties,
butthole.
assholes.
Yeah. Hairy assholes. You don't shave or wax yours?
I mean, I think I've thought about doing it, but it just seems like a whole to do.
Yeah. And how many people are going to be partaking in your butthole where it's that important you need to wax it?
I'm super clean back there and everything. Like I fucking shower every single day because of my job.
Yeah.
So I just make sure that I'm the only one that has to deal with that area.
Until you become a record producer.
Well, then it's ass eating time. Line them up.
That's the title of the episode. It's ass eating time. Line it up.
Line them up. A
Fucking
whole hallway of 15-year-old boys waiting for
terrible.
their turn. I know.
Well, maybe even younger, right? Because their parents want them to get started being famous when they're like 9.
It's up to the parents' discretion, I would say, in this case,
You
how
see,
old they are.
yeah, super fucked up. I can't imagine.
It's so fucked.
Oh yeah, can you imagine treating your kids like a fucking commodity? Like your kids are your money maker, your bread maker, so you're gonna sell them off to a dude that wants them to eat his ass for record deals?
As long as there's, $500 million in the end game,
I
it's
don't
all
know.
worth it.
Is it though?
Hell no, probably not for poor Bieber. If that happened, it's all alleged, I think, at this point.
It is weird that they haven't come forward. The ass eaters.
Why would they come forward?
Because
They
they
don't want
want
that
to
ass train to end.
they well they might want no part of it and they want the guy who coerced them to do it to get his up and comings.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All the victims come forward
Yeah.
with like a class action lawsuit against the ass eat. What do you
Yeah.
call them? The
Uh
ass maker
ass
eaters.
ass ET instead of the ass eater.
They're making, oh yeah, that eat E.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Not a position you want to be in, I don't think.
Do you think they're
Or
not
the
coming
eater.
they're not coming forward because they're scared of the shame? But
I know, I think that they have blackmail stuff on them.
fuck. Yeah, but if it's
Yeah.
gonna come out, it's gonna come out. Someone's gonna squeal.
Well, I mean, these victims, it's very hard to get them to come forward usually. There's too much shame. They've gotten over it for the most part, maybe. I don't know.
You figure all the shame. You got 500 mil in the bank. Meh. That can buy me
Sue
less
Diddy
shame.
for another 500 million then?
Yeah, that could, quench a little bit of that shame, sort of wipe it off the slate.
Yeah, it's hard to say because we're not talking to little boy Clay. We're talking to full grown Clay.
True. I've been
If
around
you
the
could
block.
go back to 12-year-old Clay and say, "Hey man, it's gonna suck, but you got to do this.
I'm probably going to
It's
tell you to
worth
go
it,
fuck yourself.
probably."
Yeah. Never been a fan of authority.
So unfortunate what happens with
Yeah.
these people who have power over you.
But I do hope it does come crashing down. I want to witness that shit live.
Oh hell yeah! And I hope that everyone's involved. I want Jay-Z and Beyonce to go down. All those rich fucks.
I want Obama there. I want Donald
Yeah,
Trump there.
Obama was there. Will Smith, he can fuck right off and go down because apparently he was there too.
You're not a Will Smith fan?
No, I don't like Will Smith anymore after that slap and the stuff that happened.
Yeah, the slap, like, what the fuck? And then 10 minutes later, you let him go on stage to get an award? Are you serious?
Exactly. Now he's banned forever. Like, oh, we'll just deal with it afterwards. Fuck you. They should have done it right then and there. Like, get out of
It's
here. You're
like
fired, buddy.
it's a live show. How
I
hard
know.
would it have been to be like, yeah, no.
You're gone. That's
Yeah.
the violence, right? Like, I wish
Yeah.
Chris Rock would have just fucking tuned him up right there.
I think overall Chris Rock won,
Oh, yes.
right?
100%. But me, like, I would have fucking just started smashing him.
I think I just would have sued him for assault.
It's so embarrassing. Like, what the fuck?
It's like, do you have any witnesses? Well, let me show you this little recording called live TV.
No
Yeah,
shit. No shit.
I'm gonna sue you for everything you've got.
Fucking Will Smith. That guy's rich as fuck.
Yeah.
But they both are. And they used to be friends and stuff, apparently. So
And did they used to be lovers? Ass-eating lovers?
it could be. They could have been at Diddy's, getting their asses eaten. Maybe it had to do with that.
Maybe can you imagine showing up at Diddy's house for a party and he gives you a little checklist and you just check off what you want, what age, skin color,
Like a sushi restaurant?
right? Yeah, like eye color, what side dish, what clothes, what position, which room you want to be in.
God.
Yeah, it's like a buffet for eating buttholes.
It's a smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord. You really can't say that word,
I
can
told
you?
you I can't say it, man. I hate that word. Have this stricken from the record.
No, it's gonna be in the record. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I say fucked up shit.
Call it a smorg.
It's a smorg.
There you go. But say it like you're the Swedish guy. Smorg.
Smorg.
There you go.
Smorgy, smorgy.
Done. That's much better.
Right on. Well, we seem to have covered all the pertinent topics here tonight.
It's true. And by the time this gets released, hopefully Diddy is being arrested and Jay-Z and Beyonce and Will Smith and all of them.
All of them. Let us hope so right here and now.
Wait, can they sue us for that?
I don't think so. It's all alleged. We are just hoping that it's true.
Like aliens.
Like aliens and Bigfoot.
There we go. Can you imagine going down in history, like in a history book, as the same sort of thing as an alien or Bigfoot, but allegedly, Sean Puffy Combs used to get his butthole eaten by 15-year-old up-and-coming rock stars, but this is almost as mysterious as whether or not we believe that the Loch Ness Monster is real. So
Sounds about right.
it's the legend of P. Diddy.
That's soon to be a true story. They're going to make movies about it.
Will they
Maybe
though?
like, definitely. And they'll make him out to be this crazy mob type guy ordering hits on people.
You used to watch Simpsons, right?
Oh yeah. Used to is the
Yeah.
operative word.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I used to. Do you remember the Venus gummy?
Venus, yeah.
Right?
Demi DeMilo or something.
Yeah, exactly. And the way they made groundskeeper Willie seem like a bad guy, walking in slow motion, like grinning, like weird. Yeah.
Sweet, sweet can. Sweet, sweet can.
Yeah. So that's what I'm picturing. You're gonna see all this stuff with Diddy. It's gonna make him look like you said, like a fucking gangster, terrible fucking man, but it's all gonna be edited.
Who's going to play Bieber in this reenactment?
Rachel Dratch.
Tom Holland. No, Diddy, I don't want to.
Do you think people would fight for that role?
I mean, it's a career-defining role, if you ask me.
Who do you want to direct it? Somebody does something beautiful, like
Peter Jackson.
Zack Snyder's Diddy with a question mark. Diddy or didn't
Just
he? Diddy or didn't he with a question
Did
mark,
or didn't he?
right? And
That's how you want.
by Zack Snyder, it's all super cinematic and slow motion.
Oh boy.
Or did you get the Coen brothers,
Sure. The Wachowski brothers,
sisters?
sisters, sorry.
Yeah,
My bad.
it's okay.
I forgot.
Yeah, I know most people have.
I do respect them for what they did.
Yeah, I mean, for movies are changing
For
their.
the Matrix, not for I mean that's fine too, but I really like the Matrix movies.
Did you watch the last one? I didn't watch like four.
The new one was terrible and I just pretend it didn't exist.
Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't spend the 2 hours to watch it because I sort
What's
of thought
worse is I rented it. Oh, what a waste of money.
the third one I thought was pretty bad. So I was like, I don't want to see a fourth
Oh,
one.
I liked the third one. I thought it was wrapped up very nicely.
Yeah, the first one was so fucking great. Second one was a lot of fun. Third one was just like, okay, I think we're done now. Like we're done.
They're wrapping it up, like the war in Zion and stuff. All that was really fun, I thought.
Yeah. But yeah, fourth one was trash apparently, right?
So bad, dude. Don't even try.
Yeah, I feel like that about Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah, it was so bad. And like the third Clerks, I wasn't that happy with either.
I haven't seen it. It's just ever
Okay.
since reboot came out, I'm just like, I don't like what Kevin Smith is putting out. Makes me sad
Yeah.
because I'm a big Kevin Smith fan.
It's probably because he stopped smoking weed.
Well, no, these movies came out after that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the ones that we don't like are when he was a massive weed smoker. He didn't
No, the
smoke
ones.
he didn't smoke weed until after Zach and Miri make a porno.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I remember that story.
So yeah, he didn't smoke weed till after that. And all Jane Silent Bob Strike Back was like or Clerks 2 was probably the last movie he did before he started smoking weed.
Clerks 2 is so good.
Yeah, phenomenal.
I love that movie.
And yeah, the third one I haven't got around to it yet. Just
Might,
haven't.
might want to skip it.
Hmm. Have you watched the Bratzies one? Yoga Hosers?
Yes, and that was
And
pretty good. I
was
liked it.
it? I haven't seen
Yeah.
it. I also, when I was in Germany, I found, you know what a steelbook is, right? Like a DVD or Blu-ray case that's made out of metal.
A steelhead?
Steelbook.
Oh, steel. Yeah, of course I did.
Steelhead was a shit of some kind, wasn't it?
A hard shit plug.
The hard shit plug. Yeah. So I found Red State.
Oh, Red State's just
Yeah,
so
I haven't
good.
watched it yet. I bought it on Blu-ray in the steelbook when I was in Germany, and I haven't even opened the case yet.
I made my kids watch it, so remember that while you're watching
And
it.
it's really good.
I really like
Well,
it.
that's on my list. Then I'll crack open that Blu-ray.
That
Yeah,
steel
that
book.
Steelhead. I'm gonna push that. I'm
Crack
gonna
it
push that
loose.
baby out. Get to the crux of why my butthole's bleeding. It's probably a hemorrhoid.
I think that might be why. It's those steelheads over and over again.
All right, Kevin Smith. We gonna come full circle here? Work it,
Full
working
circle.
out. There we
Working
go.
out. Kevin Smith getting
There
skinny.
we go.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith.
I wonder if he refrained from eating until 5 p.m., had a window of 3 hours of eating, and then did the same thing the next day to lose all
He
that weight.
actually does a lot of fasting, like 24-hour fast or 48-hour fasting. He does a lot of it.
Oh,
But
well,
then
there
he
you
went
go.
vegan. That was one of the main diet changes he made. Is he removed sugar and then he removed like anything that wasn't plant-based out of his life
I won't be doing that.
because you like the meat.
I like chicken. I like pork chops.
How do you make your pork chops?
I make them a variety of different ways. Depends on how I feel that day. But I generally just pan fry
Yeah,
them.
breading or just pork chop on?
Nope, just seasonings, and then I finish them in the oven.
Delicious.
So to make sure they're cooked all the way through, nice and succulent.
Speaking of delicious and succulent, I'm gonna have to let you go because I am boiling down and reducing a chicken right now on my stove.
Oh, you're making a
I'm making a
stock?
stock. I bought a rotisserie chicken. I made a couple sandwiches with it. And I looked at it today and I was like, there's a lot of good grease on the bottom of this. I don't want it to go to waste. So I'm reducing right now to make a stock. And I think I'm going to do a batch of fucking delicious chicken gravy for the next couple days or something. Don't know what yet.
Oh, hell yeah. Make some biscuits to go with it or
Something. I
something?
haven't figured it out. The gravy is the only thing in my mind right now.
Oh, I I love gravy. It's good on everything.
That's what Diddy and Bieber said.
Put some gravy on it.
Sir, it already has gravy coming out of it. Well, you better clean that shit up, boy.
Oh, that's not gravy.
All right, I think we lost all our listeners at this point.
I think so. Sorry, people.
We're not sorry. It's gonna happen again and again.
What I found.
And
Alexa's talking to me again.
I don't have an Alexa.
You had 17 Starbucks drinks last week.
It seems like a lot. Maybe all that overtime won't be necessary if you stop drinking 17 Starbucks drinks a week.
I don't drink 17 Starbucks. That's just what she's talking about.
All right, man. It's been awesome.
Awesome
Yeah,
talk.
we'll probably chat Sunday. Get Charlie Ray on.
Sounds good to me, man. Now that we got the premium
Fuck
shit.
yeah. Talk for 11, 12 hours. I think it gives you 30 hours of recording.
Exactly. Well, we can do a marathon one day.
We're going to have to drink for that one. Apparently people really liked it.
Oh, did they? Yeah, well, I didn't.
Yeah, but that was your first time, wasn't it, you said? What was it?
Well, I just didn't like listening to it because I was such an idiot interrupting you guys every 10 seconds. And like making Charlie Ray feel bad about himself.
Well, I mean, we all need to feel bad about ourselves. That's how we motivate to push past the next level, right?
The tough love.
That's right.
Well, now that I've met him in person, I can insult him and not feel as bad about it.
That's what friends are for. That and butthole eating.
Well, we'll leave that to Diddy.
All right, man. You have yourself a great week.
You too. Night, buddy.
Peace. So yeah, pound sign. What were we saying?
Okay, so I was saying, speaking of big dicks,
Obviously.
I saw a post on Twitter that was a video of some guy who literally had like a baby elephant's trunk he was smuggling. I mean, he wasn't smuggling it in his pants because he wasn't keeping it in his pants. This dude was like walking across a crosswalk wearing like sweat shorts, like some sweatpants he cut off.
Yeah.
Apparently no underwear because the hog got loose in the middle of this fucking video and just like popped out and was just wah, wah, wah. Literally that thing was like this big around. I mean, it was awe-inspiring. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was like, if he starts running, he's gonna knock small children out that's near him.
He just knock himself out.
Yeah, he might knock himself out.
I just don't understand. I mean, he clearly knows his dong is huge, and he clearly knows that if he's not wearing underwear, and he clearly knows when he chops his own sweatpants off, how long that those shorts have to be that'll accommodate his schlong.
Those sweatpants stood no chance on containing the beast. I mean, it was just like, holy crap. I showed it to a couple of people and they're like, is that real? I'm like, I think it is. I mean, it's definitely unusual, but damn, man.
Lucky guy.
Congratulations to Mr. Huge Schlong. All I can think of is the one guy that we talked about that interview with the guy who was like, is that a weapon? No, that's my dick. It's like, but you have a lot of sex. Well, I have a lot of first timers, you know.
You were like the interviewer. This time you were staring him down, wondering about
I was just like
distracting.
Your mom walks in the room and says, Charlie Ray, close your mouth.
I'm not like a guy who wants to look at a lot of dicks or anything because that's not my thing. But when I see one that's like apparently so out of the fucking ordinary, even I got to go, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, I mean, literally, I don't know how often you could actually use that thing because it was like I said, it was like a baby elephant's trunk. And I'm just like, that has to be like some kind of mutation. I don't know. I mean, the thing was literally like it was like soft, but it was like fucking 5 or 6 inches around and like easily 12 inches long. And I'm just like, God damn.
By day, he walks the streets, crossing crosswalks in his little sweat shorts. By night, he's working for Charles Xavier.
Yeah. What do they call him? That's Captain Schlongo.
He's XXX man, not just an X-Man.